everybody was like, oh, did we really go to the moon? Like, did we go to the moon? Like, it was all faked. All of it was faked. We didn't go to the moon. And then, what was the goal of that? It's to get everybody to think there's a conspiracy that, we never made it to the moon, when that's complete misdirection in what the hell did we find and why didn't we go back and why aren't we back, right? I mean, so it's something that happened. It's something that is happening, or, whatever, but you're completely spun it in a way to look at it from a different perspective that they don't want you to look at.
That's kind of what I'm saying, man. That's what I'm saying. Is
yeah. I think this is the same thing, right?
Right hand is saying Lockheed Martin and reverse engineering programs. What's the left hand doing, and what's that talking about? Especially because once you do your research on this, as you both know, so much of it echoes back to the esoteric and the mystical, and it's like, well, all right, so what's really going on with this phenomena? And is there even an ability to obtain materials from it?
I know that back in the 70s, the Scientologists were pretending to be the CIA and attacking people that tried to take down the idea of the psi stuff. So anybody who kind of came out and was like, psi's not real, yeah, RV's not real, they would then come in. They had a program called, what was it called? Humanity Hostility. I'll find it and send it over to you, yeah?
Yeah.
But it was a whole program where it was like, what we'll do is we'll represent ourselves as being from the CIA, or insinuate that's what we are, and we'll bring down every single skeptic from a viewpoint of the we are the CIA, which will then make the skeptics go, well, why are the CIA doing this, yeah? And it was a ruse to keep the dream alive of this psychic kind of ability, yeah? So in terms of like, if you wanted to hijack a lot of this stuff, and obviously a lot of these people are government people, but a lot of them, you can't prove whether they are or not. I mean, a lot of these people who say that's CIA, we've got no idea, yeah? I mean, like, they don't prove it. They say, well, yeah, I'm GS-15 or whatever, or whatever is their security classification may be. There's never any real proof from that neck of the woods. It's not like a soldier or somebody from the direct military who gives you their credentials, because most of the time they don't have it. They have other people backing them up saying, yes, they were. I've seen them there when I was at, the Pentagon or whatever. But then it's like, well, you're equally as shadowy and we've got no evidence about you either, yeah? Mm-hmm. So you can see how it's quite easy to actually pretend to be from those places and never actually have been.
I was looking that up. I couldn't find like the particular reference to what you were saying about like pretending to be the CIA, but I did just find a document on the CIA's FOIA library that says they found 9 members of the Church of Scientology guilty of various roles in a massive criminal conspiracy to plant church spies in government agencies, break into government offices, and electronically bug at least one internal service meetings. So, that's off the CIA's FOIA website, just talking about infiltration of Scientology. So, yeah, man.
Well, the program they were running, I've just found it. I've just started a quick look at my notes. It was called Program Humanist Humiliation. Look that up. And that basically tells you all there is to know about it. So, like, let's find it.
Humanist Humiliation.
Yeah. So, I'll read you a little extract, a book called, a lot of people were like, this take away the author. This is from James Randi.
The amazing James Randi?
The amazing James Randi. He wrote the debunking Bible, Flim Flam, it's called, yeah?
Yeah, Flim
Flam. But in late 1979, a Toronto newspaper reporter was looking through the Scientology files seized by the US government and made available in Washington. These were the records upon which the successful federal case was based. The newsman came upon a sheaf of documents headed, in true science fiction comic book style, Guardian Program Order 1074. It concerned a confidential order issued in England to the worldwide offices of the Scientology Church, and they called it Program Humanist Humiliation. This was a plan to handle terminatedly the Committee of the Scientific Investigation of Claims of the Paranormal and the Skeptical Inquirer, the official journal of the SCIENTOLOGY, which is, what I just referred to there, the Paranormal Society. And then it goes on to say, recipients were cautioned in this semi-literate document that security must be maintained so that there is no comeback. The idea was to create the impression that the CSICOP was supported by the US Central Intelligence Agency. Thus, the Scientologists reasoned the public would believe that the CIA was attempting to monopolize psi research and keep it ultra secret. And from the Scientologist point of view, discrediting the CSICOP was essential, since the Hubbard nonsense is dependent on a belief in the paranormal. Another angle of Order 1074 was to convince the leaders of major religions that the CSICOP was out to get them too, and this was to be done by circulating bogus letters on CIA letterheads. Although the whole fairy tale seems to have failed to get off the ground, several fake letters were sent out on duplicated CSICOP letterheads, but they were pretty obvious forgeries. So they were attempting to push this myth that the CIA were pushing forward with all this psi work when it was actually the Scientologists. Crazy, man.
Wow. I think there's going to be a law for impersonating a federal agent. I think that's a law. I think it's illegal to do that.
Yeah, well, they got in big trouble. They got raided and everything, and had all their files taken at one point. There's so much material out there to read about. I mean, but it's another one of those areas that people kind of shy away from because they're obviously pretty scary. They can get scary. They can get contagious. They can get harass you and stuff.
So much of ufology traces back to, Scientology and other movements that are similar to it, that Scientology got its influence from, like, the theosophical movements and things that you know about. So, it's part of the discussion whether people like it or not.